My name is Angie Ma. I am the CEO and founder of Silicon Valley Business Institute, SVBI. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time, as well as those who are new to join. SVBI is an educational institute established in Silicon Valley since 2015. By providing innovation and entrepreneurship education for global high-end executives, entrepreneurs, investors, we aim to promote the development of enterprise with a broad vision and wisdom. One of our business philosophy is to promote global business collaboration by gathering all the industry experts together through knowledge sharing, information, and experience exchange to boost the biggest global network for everybody around the world. That's why we are here today to host our second GDIS Summit this year. And we are very excited to be here at this wonderful place with all of you. Well, this is a brief introduction of SVBI. Again, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. I will leave time for the following speakers with the exciting talks. Today must be fun and full of learning. Now, let me pass to our great morning MC. He is the executive chairman of ADV and the founding shareholder of TechCrunch. He's here. Thank you.
One, nobody ever called me great before, apart from my children, of course, which now they're teenagers, they don't do that anymore. But it's good to feel great. Make Keith great again. How about that? So, welcome everybody. It's early. This room's going to fill up as we move into the morning. I just want to open by just telling you a little bit about GDIS, which stands for the Global Disruptive Innovation Summit. It's not a marketing slogan, it's a descriptive attempt to tell you that this is about disruption and it's about innovation. And you know, the future only happens if there's disruption and innovation. And we're all about the future, especially the near future. And this morning is no different. There's really two topics on the agenda as we bring together experts in their field in blockchain and AI. Today is going to be all about the convergence of those two things. How does blockchain and AI disrupt, innovate, and make the future? We have a great opening speaker. Dongyan, why don't you come up? He's reading. Hey, psst. Come. Ni hao. Hi. So, Dongyan is the Chief AI Officer of DeepBrain Chain. DeepBrain Chain sounds amazing. It's a great name, but he has a fantastic track record. You want to give it to Dongyan? He has a fantastic track record, including being the GM of the AI Research Center in Shenzhen, the Research Institute, and has a long history, 20 years actually, in AI here in Silicon Valley. So he's going to open up and give us a bit of a context of what we're talking about this morning. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here, and thank you for GDIS to give us this opportunity to co-host this event. I want to give you a quick introduction of DeepBrain Chain. It's a company started its journey about 1 year ago. We really focusing on one thing, is a decentralized AI cloud. As we all know, the traditional cloud market has been growing very, very quickly, but there is one more market is going to boom very, very fast. It's the AI cloud. We have a lot of data to back this up. For example, the predicted AI market to be almost twice of the traditional market, $520 billion of the total market. Another data point is from 2012 to now. This is according to OpenAI data. I think those numbers are all mind-blowing for us. We know it's a big market, and we know we can be very successful in this market, and we know that AI is going to penetrate every single aspect of our life. However, I think what will be different from our opinion is the future AI cloud market is going to be a decentralized AI market, really enabled by blockchain. It's not going to be like one big company or a few big companies really building up the AI clouds and for you to really go to use. It's going to be a lot of the resources, especially GPU computing power or special AI chips, really distributed across companies across the world, but connect together using blockchain security, and people can utilize them hopefully much, much cheaper and much, much easier. This is a typical cycle of how people does AI today. I've been in the Valley for 20 years, and for the last close to 10 years has been working in the AI space, and I can tell you up to this point, there's no single exception company does AI this way. First, they go to buy expensive servers, namely the NVIDIA servers. That's why you can check the NVIDIA stock price, it goes up every day. And second, once you have the servers, these are specialized servers with typically 8 GPU, 4 GPU, 120 GPUs. You have to have engineers to really set them up, and then install the training software like the Google TensorFlow, the Caffe, and all the others, and you engineer have to learn how to use those, and those software are quickly maturing, they're not really stabilized, so a lot of learning curve there. So hopefully after a few months of buying the hardware, setting up the hardware, and setting up the software, you are able to start doing some AI training and developing your product. So the story here is the developing cycle is actually very long, and you're almost using an analogy. If you want to use a car to go to work, come to convention center, or go shopping, you're basically forced to build the car hardware yourself and then build the hard software to some extent. Then you can start using the car. What we are thinking is we should be able to deploy this car to you. You can just use it. The car hardware software should be readily available and you can just use it. So that's kind of the vision we are trying to enable. What are the special things of the DeepBrain Chain? We try to really achieve two things. One is we try to achieve much cheaper computing power for AI. This is achieved through a few things. Number one, we kind of offer a token economy, just like the Bitcoin mining. So we give tokens to our miners, people in our community who provide or purchase AI servers for other people to use. And we give them tokens for mining reward. So in a way, that compensates them for their cost. So they only charge the much less cost to people who rent their GPU computing power. So in other ways, for the miners, they get mining compensation, they get a rental compensation, but they only need to rent, for example, 30% of the cost to the renters because the other 70% they get from the mining rewards. Very similar to the Bitcoin concept, but the difference is our mining is not all this POW kind of heavy mathematical calculation. It's more trying to really say you make your AI server available as a resource to the overall ecosystem, then we give you reward. Again, using the car example, it's like you put your car out in the parking lot and you say, hey, anybody in our ecosystem can use my car. So I put the car out there for 8 days, for 8 hours in a day. Well, even nobody uses it, we consider that mining. We give you a reward. If somebody does use it for 2 hours, the customer who use your car pay for those 2 hours rental. So you get those two rewards for the usage. The second one is, we all know there are a lot of idle GPU computing power or underutilized GPU computing power. Even overall the market, GPU computing power is in short supply. The reason is in companies, people tend to buy GPU computing servers, but in peak usage time, you don't have enough. But during non-peak using time, a lot of GPU computing power actually are idling there. There are a lot of mining machines, especially right now in the bear market, people are shutting down their mining machines, GPUs, and not doing the mining anymore because of economics. There are individual GPUs, they couldn't find customers to use their GPU, but they have them. So there are all these idle resources. We believe we can use blockchain to connect them together, then we can achieve better resource utilization, can bring down the cost of AI computing power. And the last one is the easy to use software. Like I mentioned, There are different flavors of training software from different big companies, from Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Almost every single company has their own training software because they try to really have each company try to really have users using their own software for capturing the center of the AI future. So we really independent of those opinions. We actually offer the most popular training software. We offer them out of box. We even install all the third-party packages so user can hopefully go into have the standard images to use the AI training right away. And once we have this AI computing power platform, we believe it paves way for data marketplace, model marketplace, and even this paved the way for the future of the internet AI computer. Kind of similar to the concept of Definity trying to build the internet computer, but we are really focusing on the AI piece of it. So the goal is try to really reduce the computing power cost by roughly 70%, and there is a mathematical model behind it. If anybody is interested, we can share that. But net is trying to really reduce the cost of AI computing power by sharing and leveraging, and by mining and token economy. And the second one is offer people the hardware and software combination to achieve very quick time to market in terms of days and weeks rather than in terms of months like today's AI development. We, like I mentioned, the DeepBrain Chain was formed last year. We finished the ICO last November timeframe, and we set up the Silicon Valley Research Center in February timeframe. I joined the company in April. So we're quickly building up a team here, top-notch AI researchers in the Silicon Valley, really focusing on AI plus blockchain research and development. From a blockchain perspective, I just want to give a quick introduction without going into the details. For AI to be successful, to share computing power, share data, it actually requires a large amount of transactions. So our blockchain for DeepBrain Chain is a public chain. It's designed for scalability and security since the beginning. So we actually designed our scalability target to 1 million TPS, which is as you know, in the current market, is also a very, very hard target. And we're pretty confident we can achieve that. We're making good progress towards that goal as well. From security and network architecture and consensus, so all those things we put a lot of thoughts into how to enable the AI use case and scenario. From an overall ecosystem perspective, if you look at the left side chart, from the bottom is the platform. We try to enable three things, the three fundamental things for doing AI. To have computing power, which is GPU computing power, to have data, and to have AI models. We want to have those three components available on the DeepBrain Chain platform so people can readily grab each of those and assemble them together into the applications they want to do. And on top of the platform, we are also incubating applications by ourselves. For example, the first two applications we're incubating, one you will see later a presentation called the Vision X, is an application to really address the smart manufacturing visual inspection. So it actually utilizes the DeepBrain Chain decentralized AI cloud platform to reduce cost and improve the time to market. That's why we can deliver that project in a matter of 2 to 3 months. We already have the first level of the prototype. And second, the application itself will attract customers and users and revenue to the DeepBrain Chain ecosystem. Every single customer of those applications are also the customers of DeepBrain Chain's platform as well. So we hope we can use those applications to test and verify and validate our platform. We definitely welcome other AI companies to join the DeepBrain Chain platform as well to develop applications using our platform. So our focus is really focused on three things, hardware, software, and applications. From a hardware perspective, as I mentioned, we attract third-party GPUs to join our ecosystem. We also kind of designed our own so-called AI mining machines. We call the AI miners. So these are professional AI servers. We designed and manufacturing by top vendors of our partners, and we sell this to the customers, to the miners and the community members who want to buy machines and offer them to use for both mining and also for renting. Our first round of sale, this is back in the June-July timeframe. We got 3,700 reservations with value about almost over $200 million of worth of mining machines. Of course, everybody know we to protect the miners' interest, we don't want to sell too many because there's a fixed set of tokens, and if the miners are too many, then each miner's return will be less. So we actually did a lottery. We sold out about 500 GPUs, and these GPUs will be deployed later this year to early next year. And our first version of the AI training net went live on August 8th. So this is the first version of our software. GPU providers can come online to offer their GPUs, and users, either your students, your companies, you can come to look for GPUs available. You can rent them at much lower price, at about 50 cents per hour compared to Amazon right now. It's about $2 to $3 an hour. So you can get the GPUs for you to use. So those are the first version. It's already available. We are improving that, and once later this year we have our main chain live, the whole system will be transferred to running on the blockchain. So this is to give you a sneak view of our AI mining machines. If you're in the AI space, you look at the configuration, 2, 4, 8, 128 GPUs. These are professional AI servers, not different from the AI servers you're using, but we did some optimization for power consumption, for GPU and memory and hard disk configuration to achieve the best training, especially deep learning performance. From a software perspective, like we mentioned, we want to offer a turnkey training environment. You basically get our machine, the software is pretty installed. So you can see here we support all the major training software already: TensorFlow, PyTorch, Caffe2, MXNet from Google, Facebook, Microsoft. We already have a lot of the models run on the DeepBrain Chain ecosystem successfully. For example, computer vision, NLP, autonomous driving. So we actually test those models to make sure our system can support those. And we also is putting more data, like public data sets, so people can utilize those data directly on our ecosystem. So we're developing this every day and try to evolve the ecosystem to make this software environment much easier to use. For next year, we'll really begin to work on distributed learning. So this is really try to use different machines, different AI servers to collaborate together to do the deep learning training together. Of course, this is cutting edge. There is no known algorithms to do this efficiently today, but we are trying to make this happen. We believe there will be a breakthrough, just like Hadoop happened many years ago for big data. It will happen. The future is a decentralized future, not a centralized future for AI computing. From a DeepBrain Chain Foundation perspective, as you know, we are a blockchain company. I'm the head of the Silicon Valley Research Center, but we have a Singapore-based foundation, DeepBrain Chain Foundation. So DeepBrain Chain Foundation not only drive the DeepBrain Chain ecosystem, but also drive the overall kind of ecosystem for not only the platform itself, but also for the exchange, for funding. So you can see this chart actually talk briefly about how DeepBrain Chain works. So the foundation basically will try to use the DeepBrain Chain ecosystem to incubate different application projects, including the two application projects we already incubate here and in Shanghai. Right? Here is VisionX, the visual inspection company, and the Shanghai is a DeepBrain Chain. DeepBrain.ai is a voice AI company. And we are actually working with third-party companies and evaluate what are the good AI companies. We can offer them a platform to use, much cheaper and much faster time to market. And also, DeepBrain Chain Foundation incubate an exchange, AI-focused token exchange called Deep Token. So this is a token exchange really focusing on AI projects, and it will have the top 50 experts in the industry to vote which project will go on the exchange or not. So it's a pretty unique way of voting as mining approach. And then all those projects can raise and run on the DBC platform. So I mentioned that the Deep Token is trying to discover the outstanding AI digital assets. There are a lot of smaller AI companies that are doing very good AI work, but they have a hard time finding funding or get on exchanges, do ICOs. So we hope we can help on that. We have a voting as mining, and our underlying platform is actually partnering with Huobi. So there is a very kind of a strong platform behind. And we are listing model is partner with Huobi as well. We don't charge any listing fee, right? So if anybody interested, you can come outside to talk to our booth, and we can connect with you on with the DeepBrain Chain Foundation. Unfortunately, the Silicon Valley team, we're not involved in the deep token exchange, but we can help you connect to the right people. Just a sneak view of the Vision X to close this presentation. This is an application we are doing, really focusing on computer vision for visual inspection, but there's a big X. It's trying to deliver the AI solution across industry. As we all know, Industry 4.0, right, or any industry, visual inspection, though a huge, huge market. I don't need to elaborate the number here. You can see the number it's mind-blowing to say just in China alone, there are 60 million quality inspectors, and that costs $350 billion every year. Basically using eyes to look at, this is either as fashion clothes, as home appliances, iPhones, LCD displays, medical devices. Many of those are done by human eyes and inspection. It's not healthy for them and it costs a lot of money. And of course the quality is a problem. So what Vision X is trying to do is address a few of the key issues of today in the industry. Number one, industry AI is really a very much huge but underserved market. There's no mature AI solution because the very reason of each of the company have a hard time collecting enough data, quality data for the defects. If you think about this, right, I used to work for my Idea Group, the second largest consumer electronics company in the world. I run the global AI for them. If you talk about the stainless steel refrigerator, right, the defect rate is like 0.01%. So if you think about it, every 10,000 refrigerators, you can have one scratch. And that one scratch can be a dent, can be a scratch, can be a dent, can be a hole, can be a different type. So to collect enough data for each type of scratch, it takes a long, long time for each customer. That's why each customer have a hard time to deliver this. But if there is a way we can connect all the customers together in the same industry, or even across industries, but their data and problem are similar, we have a chance to have everybody work together to deliver the best cross-functional, cross-industry AI solution. That's what Vision X is trying to do. We're trying to create a blockchain-based incentive system to have different companies working together invisibly. They know they're working together, but they don't have to know I'm working with my competitor. But I know I'm working with them. We are contributing the data together. We're contributing the overall AI solution together that will benefit me as well, right? We even have a profit sharing mechanism for the early adopters to benefit, right? So they get tokens and also profit sharing. So later at 10:50, there is a session of this. We'll talk a little bit more about this. We hope we can, bring a different flavor of a blockchain plus AI project. I think most of the blockchain plus AI project in the market is more on the consumer based, and this is really B2B based. So with that, I hope I can give you a quick introduction of the DeepBrain Chain, and we have booths outside. Hopefully, we can bring information to you, and we welcome everybody to join our ecosystem, and hopefully we can help to move AI and the blockchain forward. Thank you very much.